Again, my name is David Campos, and I have the honor of representing the Mission on the Board of Supervisors. It's a very special day here in the Mission today. We are celebrating the life of Cesar Chavez and his spirit. His legacy is with us, and it's just so exciting to see so many people who are trying to recommit themselves to the work of Cesar Chavez. A work that really focused on social justice, and to do so in a peaceful way. But I want to talk also about something that's happening that goes beyond this celebration, and that is there is a crisis in our neighborhood. There is a housing crisis. People are being evicted out of the Mission. We have an increase of almost 300% of Ellis Act evictions, and what we're fighting for is the soul of the city. Who gets to live in San Francisco? Are we going to have people like Rene Yanez who have dedicated their lives to making this community what it is, who is being pushed out? We want the Rene Yanez's of the world to remain in the Mission, to stay in the Mission, because they built the Mission.
That's right.
And I am proud that this week at the Board of Supervisors, we passed landmark legislation that increases the relocation cost for anyone who's facing an eviction. Instead of just getting the $5,200 that the law provides right now, you're going to talk about tens of thousands of dollars that are going to be given to tenants who are facing evictions, so that they at least have a fighting chance to stay in San Francisco. What we're fighting for is the soul of the city. Are we a city that works for low-income people, for working people, for middle-income people, or are we a city that only works for the rich?
Hell no.
That's not San Francisco. The city of St. Francis. The city of St. Francis is a city that belongs to all of us. It's not a city that's for sale. It's a city that respects the dignity, the diversity that has been a part of our community for so long. That's why we're here. That's the spirit of Cesar Chavez. That's what we're trying to promote and preserve here today. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here. It's an honor. And you know, we know that the spirit of Cesar Chavez is alive. You know, there was a movie that I hope, if you haven't seen it, that you'll take an opportunity to watch. You know, it's Hollywood, so it's not always as accurate as it should be. But the fact that so many generations are learning about Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta is something that we should be very proud of. Thank you so much.
You are tuning in to KPOO San Francisco 89.5 FM. The program is Enclave.
Okay, so here's dilemma. We the people, we don't count. So they told us we have to get off the steps. They're going to take the microphone, and we are done.
No, we're not. We tell them when we're done.
So I'm just letting y'all know, they telling us to get off the steps.
It's our city.
Give up the microphone.
It's our land.
We are done. But we say we are not done. You can take the microphone, you can take the podium, but we are here, and we are not moving. We are not moving. So if they come, if and when they come, this is City Hall, this is the Board of Supervisors. Thank you, Supervisor Moore, for giving us an hour, but that's it. They told us we don't count again, not even for another 15, 20 minutes. It doesn't matter. It's the law. Get off our steps. But we are here to say these are our steps. Whole steps. Whole steps. Whole steps. Whole steps. Whole steps. All right. And now we're going to bring up our brother Roberto Hernandez from the Latino community, because we are all one.
My brother Bird.
Buenas tardes. My name is Roberto Hernandez, and I'm a native of El Barrio de la Misión. And we are here in solidarity with our black brothers and sisters. So I'm going to give you a little snapshot of what's going on in El Barrio de la Misión. 8,000 Latinos have been evicted from El Barrio de la Misión, while 6,000 white techies have moved in. These 6,000 white techies have the privilege of going to Dolores Park drinking wine, drinking beer, smoking weed, and the police never fucks with them. These white people called out the police and had Alex Nieto killed. We have had 5 fires. 5 fires. 5 fires in less than 6 months. 223 people from our barrio are homeless. And now that we're talking about homeless, there are 3,000 children. And the San Francisco superintendent of the school district, 3 weeks ago, I asked him to verify it, and he said there is 3,000 plus children who attend the unified school district who are homeless. Now, you think they're white? No. You think they're black? Yeah. You think they're brown? Yeah. The rents have gone up. Who can afford $5,000 a month today? Who can afford $1 million to buy a house in San Francisco? Not you, not me. None of us. So 2 years ago, check this out. 2 years ago, we met with Mayor Lee and we asked him to declare a state of emergency. It's been 2 years and he still ain't done it. 2 years. We asked him to put a moratorium on evictions and he still ain't done it. We asked him to put a moratorium on development of any new luxury condos and he still ain't done it. We need to let today be the beginning. Not just go home after today. We need to come back. We are coming back on May 8th at 12 noon. And we're not going to stand in these stairs. We're going inside. May 8th, we're going inside. We're going inside. You feel me? Si se puede. Si se puede. So let me end by saying that every person, every African American, every Latino who's been evicted, we're going to demand that they be given a voucher and that when this so-called 30,000 new affordable housing is built in San Francisco, African Americans and Latinos be given the right to come back and live in San Francisco. Si se puede.
No justice, no peace. Give us back our homes. No justice, no peace. Give us back our homes. No justice, no peace. Give us back our homes. No justice, no peace. Give us back our homes. No justice, no peace. Give us back our homes. No justice, no peace.
What we use for the smoke here is copal, and we have other stuff like cedar and tobacco, and we're also using another root that kind of gets people pretty wired up. So, kind of a man thing. That's all we have. But you'll smell it. You'll smell that odd smell, and that's what it is. So just want to say thank you for letting yourself be a part of this. I'm talking about this ritual at the beginning of the day. I don't know who else is going to show up as a dancer, but I know that you are the people that are going to make a difference. And I was, hoping that everything will turn out today great. Just also, when we go up there, they all I say throughout the whole day, but when we go over there, just imagine how close you are to that place that they keep locked, the door they keep locked. Just how close we are to that place. And I heard it said yesterday that they could have picked anybody in the community to be the new mayor. He didn't have to be a supervisor. I think that's the gist. And if he would have been one of you guys, we would have supported you guys. And if you guys would have ever needed some assistance in making decisions, you knew that the community would be there for you to ask and help you out in any way. So, if they ever give you that opportunity, take it. You might be alone, as you are now. Even though you're in a group of people, you are individually alone here, and you're risking something that you don't know what it is going to be the outcome. And I hope you guys have a great day. But just remember, you guys, we all are individuals. Yet together we provide, an energy, like a tsunami, or like a wind, or river. But again, we just want to say thank you to the organizers of this event, and also to the people who we're going to be going to meet today, and those of them who are going to think that we're inconveniencing them for whatever reason. We want to pray for them too. We want to pray for everybody, and I think that's the bottom line today. It's a good march with strong prayer, with intention of something good to come out of this. So I want to leave it to the persons that are going to talk next.
¡Que viva la misión! ¡Que viva la misión! ¡Viva la Calle Misión! Long live our mission district and Mission Street. Whose mission? Our mission. Whose mission? Our mission. Whose mission? Our mission. Yeah. Welcome everyone to the March for Mission Street. My name is Mary Mendoza. Thank you. A longtime artist, teacher, and cultural activist, cultural worker in the mission. Bienvenidos, comadres y compadres, a la marcha por la calle Misión. Mi nombre es Mary Mendoza, soy artista, maestra y trabajadora cultural aquí en la Misión por muchos años. We are still here and we're not going anywhere. Aquí estamos y no nos vamos. Aquí estamos y no nos vamos. Aquí estamos y no nos vamos. Pero vamos a marchar. Today we gather in solidarity. Hoy nos reunimos en solidaridad. Remembering those who have come before us. Recordando a los que han venido antes que nosotros. Remembering the people and the places that give the mission roots. Recordando a la gente y los lugares que son las raíces de la misión. Today we are going to march down Mission Street all the way to City Hall. Hoy vamos a marchar por la calle Misión todo el camino hasta el ayuntamiento. Gracias. We are going to stop 6 times along the way to hear the voices and struggles of the community. Y vamos a parar 6 veces para escuchar las voces y las luchas de la comunidad. The first stop is here at 20th Street.
The second stop is midway between 19th and 18th Street. The third stop is at 17th Street. The fourth stop is at 16th Street. The fifth stop is mid-block between 15th and 14th Streets. And the sixth stop is in front of the SFMTA building at South Van Ness and Market Street. Then we march to City Hall, where we will rally with Plaza 16, speak with our supervisors, and speak to the Planning Commission to stop the baby beast luxury housing on Bryant and 19th. Si puedo.
Sí puede.
Ándale. La primera parada es aquí en la calle 20. La segunda parada está a mitad de camino entre las calles 19 y 18. La tercera parada es en la calle 17. La cuarta parada está en la plaza de la calle 17. La quinta parada es medio bloque entre las calles. Welcome everyone to the March for Mission Street. My name is Mary Mendoza. Thank you. A longtime artist, teacher, and cultural activist, cultural worker in the mission. Bienvenidos, comadres y compadres, a la marcha por la calle Misión. Mi nombre es Mary Mendoza, soy artista, maestra y trabajadora cultural aquí en la Misión por muchos años. We are still here and we're not going anywhere. Aquí estamos y no nos vamos. Aquí estamos y no nos vamos. Aquí estamos y no nos vamos. Pero vamos a marchar. Today we gather in solidarity. Hoy nos reunimos en solidaridad. Remembering those who have come before us. Recordando a los que han venido antes que nosotros. Remembering the people and the places that give the mission roots. Recordando a la gente y los lugares que son las raíces de la misión. Today we are going to march down Mission Street all the way to City Hall. Hoy vamos a marchar por la calle Misión todo el camino hasta el ayuntamiento. Gracias. We are going to stop 6 times along the way to hear the voices and struggles of the community. Y vamos a parar 6 veces para escuchar las voces y las luchas de la comunidad. The first stop is here at 20th Street. The second stop is midway between 19th and 18th Street. The third stop is at 17th Street. The fourth stop is at 16th Street. The fifth stop is mid-block between 15th and 14th Streets. And the sixth stop is in front of the SFMTA building at South Van Ness and Market Street. Then we march to City Hall, where we will rally with Plaza 16, speak with our supervisors, and speak to the Planning Commission to stop the baby beast luxury housing on Bryant and 19th. Si puedo.
Sí puede.
Ándale. La primera parada es aquí en la calle 20. La segunda parada está a mitad de camino entre las calles 19 y 18. La tercera parada es en la calle 17. La cuarta parada está en la plaza de la calle 17. La quinta parada es medio bloque entre las calles 15 y 14. Y la sexta parada está enfrente del edificio de SFMTA en South Van Ness y Calle Market. Ahí marchamos hacia el City Hall, ayuntamiento, donde nos reunimos con la plaza 16, hablaremos con nuestros subdivisores y hablaremos con la Comisión de Planificación para parar la bestia bebé en Bryant en 19. ¿Se puede? ¡Se puede! ¡Se puede!
Y ahora vamos a empezar con nuestra primera oradora, Tracy Brown. And now we have our first speaker is Tracy in the house. Tracy Brown.
Caminando a la libertad, vamos caminando hacia la libertad. Caminando, vamos caminando hacia el sol. Caminando, vamos caminando hacia la libertad. ¡Se puede! ¡Se puede! All right. For folks who might be ending up in any kind of arrest, we have 3 or 4 legal observers with a little light green hats. Any one of them here? There he is. There's Bean right over there. There's a phone number you should put on your hand if you are in any way thinking you might be arrested, and that is 415-285-1011. That's a phone that phone call you can make from jail. It's a collect call, and that's for any kind of legal support. 415-285-1011. Nomás por si acaso hay algún tipo de arresto, el número es el que pueden llamar para ayuda legal, 415-285-1011. 415-285-1011. Y los compañeros del gorrito verde, allá como Pin, son abogados que están aquí para apoyarnos. Without further ado, Tracy Brown, que se oiga!
My name's Tracy Brown Gallardo, and I grew up right here in Lexington. Let's hear from the natives. I've been coming to gyms 5 generations. My grandparents all the way down to my grandkids. And I was actually there running over here, and some OGs needed some food, so I had to stop and pay for it. So I'm sorry for being late. I was here earlier. I just wanted to thank you. But I'm here today to tell you guys how hard it is in the mission for small business. How hard it is for my gente to be able to continue to provide services. Those red lanes, they screwed up. Because guess what? Nobody can find parking. Nobody's frequenting the restaurant. And working in a restaurant is hard work. Para estar trabajando en un restaurant es mucho trabajo. Desde la mañana hasta la noche tienes que estar trabajando. Y si no tenemos clientes, ¿qué podemos hacer? So restaurants in the mission, they hire a lot of our people. They support a lot of our people. And so we have to give voice to those small businesses. Too many of our places are closing. Hay muchos restaurantes que han cerrado desde cuando yo estaba chiquito comiendo aquí. Sorry. I wanna just say that I stand in solidarity with everybody here and hope that everyone supports the small businesses. My issue today is the lack of our voice. Do I have to need it? My issue today is the lack of voice that we have in City Hall, in City Planning, in City Government. We need to have our voice at the table. Tenemos que tener nuestra voz en la mesa. Cuando estamos tomando decisiones, tenemos que estar ahí. Tenemos que tener nuestra gente de la comunidad para que ellos también puedan decir las cosas. Pueden decir qué sirve, qué no sirve. Porque si estamos en la mesa, esas cosas no iban a estar pintadas aquí. So, la cosa que es más importante es que tenemos que pelear
and I'm an immigrant rights advocate. I've been working in immigration law since 2008 under laws that keep getting more strict, that keep dividing our families, and it continues to exclude many of our family members who already are an integral part of our communities and who deserve a pathway to citizenship. While we've seen some positive changes when it comes to DACA and San Francisco becoming a sanctuary city, these were things that were not given to us out of the kindness of their heart. These things were able to happen thanks to all the effort of the fearless, undocumented youth and the community's advocacy who continue to show up and demand action. It is the same passion and drive which made SB 54 possible. California is now a sanctuary state. Now more than ever, we must continue to be vigilant and hold our city and our representatives accountable, and make sure that we keep ICE out of San Francisco. More than anything, we need to put our privilege to work and hold ourselves accountable and make sure that we show up to vote for candidates who have a proven track record of supporting our immigrant community. Trump's attacks on DACA and TPS are a clear indication that he's doing all he can to tear us apart and divide us. And I believe that it's actually him who's afraid of us, because we have the numbers, we have the ganas to keep fighting, and we are not going to be ignored anymore. We are not going to go back into the shadows, and we will not be divided. There's no room for complacency or being afraid. Immigrants are the backbone of this country, and we are here to stay. As we march to City Hall today, in support of fair housing and creating a culture corridor in the mission, I want you all to ask yourselves, why are these things important to you? Why are you marching today? I want you to feed off all the wonderful energy from all of these people here to continue to stay engaged and participate in these great efforts. Thank you.
How are you guys all doing today? It's great to be here with you all today. I think before we head out, we have to ask ourselves, why are we here today? We're here today because there's a crisis ravaging our communities. A crisis of affordability. Thousands of families, friends, pieces of our community have been needlessly evicted from their homes, forced to leave the city, many never to return. Hard-working local community-serving business owners are forced to close their doors, unable to pay the exorbitant prices demanded by their landlords. A crisis of culture. Just down the street, 2 blocks away, exists a building on Mission Street. Owners who have illegally torn down a facade, a historic facade of their building. A facade which had existed as a testament to the culture and creativity of this community. And what was the city's response to this illegal erasure of culture? Nothing. They've done absolutely nothing. Shame on them. So what we're facing is a crisis that strikes at the very heart of this community. So we're here today because developers and landlords are unwilling to mitigate their greed for the common good. We're here today because we've had enough. Who's had enough? Come on! I've had enough. During our Save Mission Street community meetings, we decided that if we're going to save Mission Street, there's no better place to start than in the heart of the Mission District, right here.
That's right.
Right here on Mission Street. We decided that we're going to create a Latino cultural corridor for Mission Street. The creation of a cultural corridor is a holistic solution that will enable us to retain and promote community-serving businesses, build more affordable housing, and plan for transit equity. A cultural corridor will enable us to preserve and save our community's history and culture that we hold so dear to our hearts.
That's right.
But more than anything, most importantly, a cultural corridor gives the opportunity to all of you to participate and have a voice in the planning and the shaping of the future of Mission Street so it happens in the way that we want it, not developers and not the city. Today marks the first step towards making that reality. Today we make our voices heard to the mayor's office, to the greedy landlords and developers, and to all of San Francisco City to let them know that we're here to stay. I'm going to ask all of you what we're here for. And I want you all to respond, a Latino Cultural Corridor. What are we here for? Latino Cultural Corridor. What are we here for? What are we here for? So let's not waste any more time and let's get going and let the mayor's office know why we're here.
Thank you, Carlos. Okay, now we're going to read it in Spanish. Keynote speaker.
Ok, estamos aquí porque los desarrolladores y los dueños de las viviendas siguen con su avaricia y no quieren ver por el bien de esta comunidad. Durante nuestras juntas comunitarias de salvar la misión, decidimos que si íbamos a salvar la misión, el mejor lugar para empezar es hacerlo aquí mismo, en el corazón del distrito de la misión. El corredor cultural nos va a ayudar a preservar la historia y cultura de nuestra comunidad. Más que nada, el corredor cultural nos da a todos la oportunidad de participar y tener voz en planear el futuro del distrito de la misión. Hoy marca el primer paso hasta esta realidad. Hoy han hecho posible que se escuchen nuestras voces en la oficina de la alcaldía y a los desarrolladores y propietarios avarizados. Y a esta ciudad les vamos a decir que aquí estamos y no nos vamos.
That's right. Anywhere. Okay, we're going to start lining up now on this side of the street. So we're going to be going down Mission Street. Our second stop is going to be midway between 19th and 18th Street. Thank you, everyone. We're standing here in front of Homie, and we have Carlos Gutierrez, who is going to speak with you today.
Yeah,
So people can see you if you can send us.
make it short and sweet. So about 10 years ago, our Mission District organization, nonprofit.
Thank you, everyone. We're standing here.
All right. So I want to say about 10 years ago, our Mission District organization, nonprofit, Mission District serving nonprofit, got an eviction notice and was displaced. And we were still serving the Mission District, but from the Soma, right? And nothing from the Soma, but we love our barrio. This is our neighborhood, and about 8 years into that agreement, our rent doubled. I went from about $1,600 to almost $4,000. And so I don't know if any of you guys had a rental increase like that before, but it's not fun getting that. My family's experienced the same thing right now in the Mission, and we're longtime Mission District residents. And so pretty much you want to talk about the small site acquisition program, which allowed Homie to be here in the neighborhood and come back thanks to a local nonprofit developer. And so here we are. This is our beautiful home. And, the nonprofit was able to purchase the building and save the tenants in the building. There are about 8 units in here, so thank goodness for that. Our homie has a home, and we're able to serve our community the way we always have.
Gracias. Ok, les presenté a Carlos Gutiérrez. Él es de HOMI. HOMI es una organización de jóvenes con una larga historia en la misión. Y después de que la renta se les duplicó, se vieron forzados de salir de la misión. Y gracias a organizaciones como MEDA, pudieron regresar y seguir sirviendo a la comunidad que siempre han estado sirviendo por ya 10 años, más de 10 años. Es sumamente importante que podamos seguir dando fondos para organizaciones como HOMI y como MEDA que apoyan a nuestra comunidad. Gracias.
Location is going to be the dollar store at 17th and Mission Street. ¿Se puede? ¡Sí! ¡Soy Mission Street!
Right. All right. Thank you for your service. All right. I don't know what. Thank you, guys. Right on.
Displacement, no, eviction, no, 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 displacement, no. Valencia, Mission Street, no, Valencia, Mission Street, Mission Street, no, Valencia, 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 Mission Street.
We're here for our brothers and sisters in La Misión. I'm born and raised San Franciscan. Too much market rate development. We're fighting against the monster of the mission, but we're also fighting against the monster of developers, the monster of capitalism, the monster of greed that is that we're bearing the burden of. You know, if you look at these folk here, migrante folk, working class folks that create not only the city but create the wealth that we have not been, we haven't shared in the so-called prosperity, and so we're coming out and making our voices heard as San Franciscans, you know, because we know that gentrification, and we know that these things are going on throughout the country, you know, and we can't be erased from the landscape of this city. We can't be erased from the life of the city, because without us here, you ain't gonna have a city. And you know, when they use a lot of hygienic metaphors, clean up the city, clean up an area. But I tell you one thing, man, this is that God's honest truth. When you clean up the city, you kill it. And we're seeing the city in a slow death right now. I mean, Gilbert, you can attest to that. You were born and raised San Franciscan, right?
That's right.
You know, I mean,
Yeah, gentrification is the biggest problem facing our city right now. You know, I mean, I've seen, you know, hundreds of my friends I grew up with get kicked out. You know, and it's becoming a place for only the rich. They're building, you know, housing that's so expensive nobody can afford. All over the city. Now it's coming into my neighborhood, the Excelsior where I grew up, and they got a bunch of market rate housing, and it's going to cause gentrification. It's going to push the poor people. The pressure of those developments are putting pressure on the neighborhood, and people can't afford to live here no more. You know, and it's not right. It's not right, and it's wrong. You know, our seniors are getting evicted. People of color are most vulnerable in our communities are getting kicked out. And it's not right. It's, you know, someone like myself that grew up here, it's infuriating to me that the city continues on this path. Continues after thousands of people have been pushed out, you know, violently from eviction and all of that. It's got to stop. It's got to stop, and that's why I'm here.
Why are you here today?
I'm here to save Mission Street from the gentrifiers. We don't want Mission Street to become Valencia Street. We want to save Mission Street as it is and get rid of the red lanes.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
What do we do? What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
She's going to be speaking right now.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? My name is Candy, and I live at the Mission Hotel.
When I say self, you say determination. Self. Determination. Self. Determination. Self. Determination. Self. Determination. Cuando yo digo control, usted diga comunitario. Control. Comunitario. Control. Comunitario. Control. Comunitario. Control. Comunitario. How we gonna get it? People power. 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 That's right. So my name is Maria. I'm with the Plaza 16 Coalition. Our fight is to stop the monster who is trying to colonize 16th and Mission. And steal, literally steal sunshine from children. Our fight is also to build the 100% community-controlled and developed marvel in the Mission. The default position that development in our neighborhood needs to be luxury housing ends now. We are done with wealthy white men telling our community how to best manage our resources. From colonization to luxury development, we are done being shut out of the process to truly steward and live in harmony with all of our resources in a way that is sustainable for us and our futures. Because we want development. As historically divested from neighborhoods, we deserve development. Development that is for us, on our terms. Development that recognizes our needs. Yes! Done are the days when white men in suits, in conference rooms, far removed from our everyday realities, decide our fate. Because we are planners, we are architects, we are experts in what we need. We have already built this city. This neighborhood is a testament to the brilliance of our community. We will stop this monster. We will build the marble. We also know that the fight for our future and well-being does not only include housing. So I want to give a shout out to our compas here from Free College for All. Free College for All, where are you? So if you haven't already signed their petition, please do, so that on the November ballot, we can all vote to make sure that there are free colleges, UCs, state and city colleges for our youth. I'm gonna translate for myself a little bit, and then I'm gonna see if one of my compañeras is still here, and if she's not, then you just have to deal with me. Entonces, yo me llamo María, estoy con la coalición de Plaza 16, y nosotros sabemos que este monstruo aquí en la 16 y Misión tenemos que terminar con él, ¿verdad? ¡Sí! Alto al monstruo. Y tenemos que construir la vivienda asequible, La Maravilla. Porque La Maravilla es 100% asequible, La Maravilla es 100% construida y desarrollada por la comunidad. Porque nuestra comunidad no está diciendo no al desarrollo. Nuestra comunidad está diciendo no al desarrollo lujoso que no nos beneficia a nosotros. Nuestra comunidad necesita desarrollo, pero desarrollo que sea para nosotros, con nuestras voces al frente, reconociendo nuestra necesidad, porque ya hemos terminado con los días que hombres blancos en espacios muy lejos de donde estamos nosotros decidan lo que pasa con nuestra vecindad. Así que muchísimas gracias a todos por estar aquí, estar en la lucha. ¿Se puede? ¿Se puede? ¡Sí se puede! ¡Se puede! ¡Sí se puede! Gracias.
Cuando cada jueves se da una reunión en City Hall que se llama la Comisión de Planificación, Planning Commission. And then allí nosotros tenemos que estar, porque ahí es donde se decide si van a dar permisos o no van a dar permisos. Si van a dar permisos o no van a dar permisos. Allí es donde nosotros podemos parar el tren de la gula y la avaricia. Jueves a las 2 de la tarde en el Planning Commission, por favor hagan el compromiso. Si pueden cada jueves, si nomás un jueves al mes, un jueves al mes. Estos edificios nosotros los podemos controlar. So the commitment is, folks, here's the thing. I remember 1986, we were fighting for affordable housing. This mission was the most dense neighborhood, and we said we need more houses. City Hall would say, there is no space. We don't have space. But the billionaires came, and all of a sudden there's space. I call that an act of God. their space. Now we know their space, and we have to fight every inch for that space for our families. So the commitment is beautiful march today, yes or no? We have to make a commitment to be in the planning commission every Thursday at 2 p.m. When? Every Thursday, 2 p.m.
Every Thursday, 2 p.m.
Every Thursday,
2 p.m.
No tech at the armory. No tech at the armory.
No tech at the armory.
We're taking the armory.
We're taking the armory.
No tech in the armory.
No tech in the armory.
And where's that decision gonna be made? Thursdays at 2 p.m. Please make that commitment. Please make that commitment individually. One Thursday a week. One time a week. One Thursday a month. Every other month. And this is how we save San Francisco. ¿Se puede? All right, passing it on to my sister.
Hi everyone, I'm Deepa Farmer from the San Francisco Tenants Union. We have all seen the changes in this neighborhood. I don't have to tell you. But the worst is yet to come. Right here, from this site, we can see 3 places where luxury condos are slated to be built. Those 2 parking lots and around the corner on 14th Street. These luxury developments have no community benefits plans. Who are these buildings for? Not us! No! We know that when rich people move here, poor people become less welcome. We know that this neighborhood has gone from being a low-income neighborhood, a culturally vibrant center of Latin culture and of radical political organizing. But it's turning into a trendy place to live for high-income people, and that shift means that where so many people it means that people get displaced, they get harassed, they get evicted, they get pushed out, they get marginalized, and they get shot by police. We say, enough! No! Basta! Some people say if we build enough units like these, the rents are going to come down. Have you ever seen rents come down when new buildings go up? Have you ever seen rents come down when new buildings go up? Here's the truth. We know that developers are betting on gentrification. We know that they want the neighborhood to get more expensive because that's how they're going to make more money. We know that if they thought buildings were going to bring down rents, they wouldn't be building them. That's right. Right? Where we see devastation, they see dollar signs.
Right. That's right.
What we ask, what we demand is that the city fight for us. Right? And we're going to keep fighting. We're going to make them fight for us. That the least these developers can do is make more affordable units. We want to make sure as many people as possible who live here get to stay. So, here's the question. Do you think those developers are going to do it on their own? No! Do you think they're going to build one more unit than the bare minimum unless we make them? No! We need to raise that minimum, right?
Yes!
We say, everyone knows we need more affordable housing, but it won't happen unless the city says so, and that won't happen unless you and I go down there and make them. We say to these developers, you don't get to build unless we get more. You don't get to build unless we get more. You don't get to build unless we get more.
You don't get to build unless we get more. You don't get to build unless we get more.
So, me hablo español, pero no como ustedes. Entonces, va a asistirme.
Gracias.
Vivo esta esquina podemos ver los 3 lugares donde tienen planeado construir lugares de lujo. Si
Gracias.
For decades, the sidewalk vendors of La Pulguita given weekend day to find little gifts, household items, crafts, clothing, burritos, and frutas for a great price. But starting in the spring of last year, a small group of neighbors from these buildings began calling the police to say that the vendors do not belong on Mission Street. To say they are criminals, to request that police come to give citations and sweep them from the sidewalks, and to sweep the people that shop at La Pulguita as well.
Shame!
La Pulguita. And the neighbors continue to do this every weekend, using the police to intimidate the vendors, taking pictures of anything they see as bad behavior, to blame the vendors even though they know that the vendors are not associated and not the cause. It's an excuse to try to close La Pulguita and sanitize the street because they don't consider the vendors or shoppers to be community they want to belong to. They think it might hurt their property values, and it isn't something they identify with. So the vendors
Go back to the suburbs.
So the vendors of La Pulguita need your support. The neighbors that love their beautiful Mission Street, full of community and life, need to come together and tell the police and City Hall that we've had enough. Tell the residents and property managers in these buildings who say vendors and shoppers of La Pulguita that they have been here for decades don't belong. Enough! Tell them to join us in community and help the vendors with the infrastructure they need to continue the tradition of this part of our beloved Mission Street. Let the vendors sell. One more time. Let the vendors sell. Let the vendors sell.
Miles de personas se reúnen aquí los fines de semana para encontrar varias cosas a buenos precios. Empezando la primavera del año pasado, un pequeño grupo de vecinos de estos edificios empezaron a llamar a la policía, a quejarse, a exigir que quitaran a los vendedores de aquí. Los comerciantes de La Pulguita necesitan su ayuda. Díganle a la policía y a la alcaldía que ya fue suficiente. Díganle a los residentes y a los managers de estos edificios que La Pulguita es parte de la misión.
¡Sí, parte de la misión!
Déjenlos vender. Estos comerciantes son esenciales para la infraestructura de la misión y déjenlos vender.
¡Déjenlos vender! ¡Déjenlos vender! ¡Déjenlos vender! ¡Déjenlos vender! What are we here for? Latino Cultural Corridor! What are we here for? Latino Cultural Corridor! What are we here for? Latino Cultural Corridor! What are we here for? Latino Cultural Corridor!
We are the people! We are the people!
When the neighborhood is under attack, what do we do? Stand up for that. When the neighborhood is under attack, what do we do? Stand up for that. When tenants are under attack, what do we do? Stand up for that. Neighborhood is under attack, what do we do?
This is where their headquarters is. SFMTA lied to us. They are liars. They said they were required to put red lanes on Mission Street. And that was a lie. Liars. Mentirosos. Mentirosos. Trompudos. You know, when they said they were going to do this, we went up to Sacramento, and we found out in Sacramento, we went before the commission, and the commissioners told us that that was just supposed to be an experiment. Well, their experiment failed. You know why it failed? You know how many businesses have closed on Mission Street? Because people aren't shopping on Mission Street anymore. Because they also took the parking away from Mission Street. A lot of people have been laid off, lost their jobs, lost their businesses because of poor planning on the part of SFMTA. So we need today to demand that SFMTA paint the streets black. Get rid of the red lanes. Nosotros estamos aquí porque aquí están las oficinas del departamento de la ciudad que pintó nuestras calles rojo, y muchos de nuestros negocios han cerrado porque la gente ya no va a comprar en la calle Misión. Mucha gente ha perdido sus trabajos porque ya no hay chamba en la calle Misión. Y lo que quieren hacer, what they want to do, is they want to turn Mission Street into Valencia Street. They want it. So it's for the techies to get in their Uber rides and get dropped off in there. Basically, they don't want no cars. You know, we take Muni. We are the working class, and we take Muni. So we support a better Muni system. But having Muni run 2 minutes more faster on Mission Street ain't cutting it. And that's all they were doing. That's all they were doing. Don't be fooled. And up here also is the mayor's office of housing. And we are going to go to City Hall, and we're going to demand that the city give them money so that we can build 1,200 new affordable housing in the Mission, and everybody who's been evicted can come back and live in the mission.
That's right.
Sí se puede.
Sí se puede. Shout out to Sandy James Brown. She's up there working very hard. Sandy James Brown, we love you. She's from Mayor's Housing of Community Development. Love you, Sandy. Okay, up next we have another scheduled speaker. Come up here, girl. I got you if you want to step up. All right. So when I say whose mission is this, what are you going to say? Our mission. And when I say when are we leaving, you're going to say never. When are we leaving? Never. Whose mission is this? Our mission. Whose mission is this? Our mission. Whose mission is this? Our mission. When are we leaving? Never. When are we leaving? Never. When are we leaving? Never. You know, I grew up in the mission. My proudest attribute is that I'm a homegirl from the mission. Yes. Oh, and I'm an emotional homegirl from the mission. But the mission I grew up was working families, struggling, taking their children to school. It was a beautiful neighborhood. It was a neighborhood where people knew each other, where people could depend on each other. I really miss that. I remember seeing the change, and I believe that we were going to go back. That none of us were going to be gentrified out. I really believe that. I was blinded by the idea of the spirit of our neighborhood, of the soul of our neighborhood prevailing. It is. You're all here today. We're not going to let down. Soy una chica de la misión y lo que más me da más orgullo es decir que soy una homegirl de la misión. Y en la misión donde yo me crié era diverso, era familias trabajando, luchando, llevando a sus hijos a la escuela, trabajando. Extraño mucho eso porque llegó un tiempo que tenía que tomar la realidad que estaba cambiando porque no lo quería creer, que mi propia gente, mis propios vecinos, lo que era comunidad, ya no se veía, ¿verdad? Y eso me traía mucha tristeza. Pero la realidad es que todavía aquí estamos, nuestro espíritu, lo que es lo bello de la misión. Aquí estamos peleando, luchando todavía porque eso no nos van a quitar. They're not going to take our fight away. They can take housing away and they can gentrify some of us out, right? But we'll still come back and protest. Because this is still our mission. That's why it's important to keep on showing up. We got to show up at City Hall. We got to show up at these planning meetings. We got to make sure our voices are heard. Nadie nos va a quitar este ánimo de seguir adelante. Tenemos que presentarnos aquí en la alcaldía, en todas las reuniones donde se hacen los permisos, porque con hacer eso vamos a enseñar que nuestras voces, que no nos vamos a parar de hacer esto, y que va a ser difícil. And we're gonna make it hard, because we're not gonna make it easy, right? Are we gonna make it easy for them? Yeah. That's right. So when I ask you, whose mission is this? Our mission. Whose mission is this? Our mission. Whose mission is this? Our mission. When are we leaving? When are we leaving? When are we leaving? Abrazo, mi gente. Okay, 5 tickets. 5 tickets and get your car towed if you can't pay it. How many of you have paid $20,000, $50,000 for your vehicles? Then they take it to 3rd Street and sell it to the highest bidder for $300,000, $500,000. That's bullcrap. Then you gotta walk to work. You have to take the kids on Muni. That's bullcrap. SFMTA? You're towing our cars. How many people's cars have been towed here? How many? How many people have tickets? $80 tickets that go up in what? 30 days? It's $180 and then goes up to $500? We can't pay that. We have to pay our PG&E bills, Comcast. You know, we have to pay our kids' schools. This is bullcrap. How many vehicles have been towed and have been sold on 3rd? Alright! Good job! Okay, gente! Woo! Aquí estamos! We marched all the way from the mission and we're taking it to City Hall. At City Hall, we will be meeting up with the Plaza 16, the rally. We will be going to the supervisor's offices to have our voices heard, and we will be going to the planning commission. It's on the 4th floor. It's room 400. We're going to go there and speak about what's happening in the mission and what we want to happen. All right? So, we have another speaker?
And we're going to
go see the new mayor. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out what kind of mayor he is. We're gonna go see the new mayor and demand to come meet with us and hear what our demands are. So you ready to go?
You are gonna hear us. You are gonna hear us. City Hall. City Hall. You are gonna hear us. You are gonna hear us. City Hall. City Hall. You are gonna hear us. You are gonna hear us. City Hall. Poniendo lo lujoso. Sí se puede. Adelante venceremos. Adelante venceremos. Sí puede. Defendiendo los derechos. Sí se puede. Marchando por la misión. Sí se puede. Salimos a las calles. Sí se puede. Defendiendo los derechos. Sí se puede. Marchando por la misión. Sí se puede. Adelante venceremos. Se puede. Defendiendo los derechos.
Problema is in el barrio La Misión, and he is very well aware of those problems because he voted against the moratorium. He also voted a lot for condo development, not only in the Mission but throughout this whole city. So now he's represented a very rich district of ricachones, and now he has to represent the whole city. He's a public servant. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. He is our employee. So as his employer, we're going to let him know what's up, right? Yeah! Si se puede? Si se puede! We're also going to go pay a visit to the Board of Supervisors. Woo! Because the Board of Supervisors don't get it right. Woo! They have to be reminded, like we were here 2 years ago. That's right. And we educated them, and they've done literally very little to take care of and protect the people of this city of San Francisco, especially the Mission. That's right. We are at ground zero in the Mission. We've had the most people gentrified, evicted from our neighborhood more than any other neighborhood. You don't see Pacific Heights people out here protesting because they ain't got evicted. You don't see the people from the Sunset District coming down here because they ain't got evicted. But you know what? It's the brown people. It's the black people. It's the people of color. It's our seniors. It's our disabled people. It's our single parents. It's our children who are being affected. So we're here as the people to deliver a message. We come here in nonviolence. We come here in peace. And some of you sheriffs who are out there, who are deputy, you know me. You know that some of you, especially those of color and women who are sheriffs today, it was us, the people who fought to get you your jobs, because the sheriff's department primarily was a white department, and because of the work that we did, my brother, my African American brother, you got a job today. My African American sister, you got a job today. My Asian brothers and sisters, you got a job, because we came here decades ago to ask and demand that people of color and women LGBT get hired within the sheriff's department. So we come here with love. We come here with love for our people, because I know sheriff members, just like firefighters and just like teachers, can no longer afford to live in this city. So please understand that we're not here. We are not the enemy. We are here just to deliver the message. You know, the developers who build these big condo development luxury, they hire lobbyists. These lobbyists get paid $1,000 an hour. They hire lawyers, and these lawyers get paid $1,000 an hour. And these lawyers and these lobbyists, they come here and they come to lobby for their rich developers. Poor people don't have lawyers.
They don't have lobbyists. They can't afford to pay for lobbyists. So we are here today to come lobby for the people, to speak for the elders, our abuelitas, our abuelitos. We're here to represent the single mother, our children, the disabled, Latinos, African Americans. We are here to represent, to lobby, to get the message that this city hall, those people who are elected, work for us, and they're not doing their job. And so today, we're going to hold them accountable. ¿Sí se puede? ¿Sí se puede? ¡Sí se puede!
¡Órale! All right, now some simple technicalities. All the folks that have the posters, we have a white van on the Grove side of the street. Please turn them back. We can all go in this way, the other way, any of the entrances, but we can't have the posters. We cannot have the posters. No podemos tener los pósteres y todas las mantas y todo ese rollo. Entonces tenemos una camioneta en la calle Grove, camioneta blanca, donde podemos echar todos los pósters, todas las mantas, todo lo que tienen. Sí podemos entrar por aquí, o por la Grove, o por la McAllister, o por la Van Ness, nomás que no podemos entrar con las mantas y los pósters. Y no, con las mochilas sí podemos entrar. No, I was just told that. So I was just told that we can walk with the backpacks because they have extra folks going through clearance over here as well as on the side Grove Street.
That's good.
So any of the material that you have, please take it over here to the van. Okay, cambio de planes. Los pósteres no tienen que ir a la Grove, nomás tráiganselos aquí al compañero Peter. Un aplauso para el equipo organizador. Y pues sí podemos entrar por aquí por enfrente con nuestras mochilas. ¿Se puede?
¡Sí se puede!
¿Se puede?
¡Sí se puede!
Vamos a antes de continuar, vamos a hacer la ceremonia de gracias con los compañeros danzantes. Un aplauso para ellos. ¡Oh!
Thank you. We're going to do one dance, and then we're going to do the 4 directions. We're going to do a simple, so we get out of your way.
Mission Street! No Valencia Mission Street! No Valencia Mission Street! No Valencia Mission Street! What are we here for? Latino Culture Corridor! 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 What are we here for? Latino Culture Corridor!
In our low-income
immigrant community is already being felt. The rents rising and local businesses closing.
No Valencia on Mission Street.
No Valencia on Mission Street!
It's It is time for the city to stop the massive influx of high-end restaurants, bars, brew pubs, luxury housing projects, and expensive coffee shops onto Mission Street. Immediate additional resources are needed to support our neighborhood, serving small businesses as they face the streets of changing demographics and increased rents. We demand that the city of San Francisco protect Mission Street with special restrictions. Alcohol outlets. The Mission has more alcohol liquor outlets than any other neighborhood in San Francisco. The community in 1996 worked hard and organized to get approval by the city of San Francisco to restrict liquor license, and there was a ban on new liquor licenses in the Mission in 1996. In the past 5 years, the city of San Francisco has given exemptions to certain high-end restaurants and bars and brew pubs to come into the Mission, which has increased the alcohol outlets in the Mission. Currently in the Mission District, alcohol intoxication is at an all-time high. On Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturday nights, and at Dolores Park on Sundays. We demand that the city of San Francisco make no more exceptions and no more approval of liquor outlets in the Mission, and respect the 1996 ban on liquor license in the Mission. Establish a Latino corridor in order to preserve and enhance the culture of the Mission, especially on Mission Street, and keep it within families and small businesses for years to come. We require immediate permanent funding to establish the cold corridor as a Latino corridor, as well as increase commercial and small business protections. We're asking the city of San Francisco today to approve the Mission Street as part of the Latino Cultural District, provide permanent funding for the Latino Cultural District. And the last one is evictions, which equals gentrification. The Mission District is at ground zero for eviction. Over 10,000 people have been evicted. Brown, Black, Samoan, Asian, elders, seniors, single moms, single dads have been evicted from our community, 8,000 of them being Latinos. Today, we ask the city of San Francisco and demand that they provide the funding in this current budget that they're going to be putting together to build and provide funding to build 1,200 new affordable housing units in the Mission District. They've done it in Chinatown. They've done it in the South of Market. They need to do it not only in the Mission, but they need to do it in the Western Addition, and they need to do it in the Bayview Hunters Point. Thank you. All right, sending a representative from the mayor's office right now. So why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
How you guys doing? Derek Brown, Senior Advisor to the Mayor, Neighborhood Services Director. So here representing the Mayor.
They say the mayor's not in, but you know what? I got a question. How come the door's locked? I've been here all of my life and the door's always open. So you let them know that wasn't nice. Okay. You know, you come to my house, my door is open. I'm not going to lock the door knowing that you're coming in. Yeah. And that's what they did today. That's not nice. Okay. And you know, this is first week as mayor, and it's important that he be welcoming. Okay. You know, to the Latino community, he'd be welcoming to the Mission District. Yeah. I heard his speech right after he got sworn in. He said he's going to be the mayor for this whole city. Yes. So here is a list of demands that we came to present to him that outlines from transit. You know about the red lanes, my brother. Yeah. Okay. They got to go. They got to go. Greater affordable housing percentages. We have been the neighborhood that has had the most luxury condos built. They ain't doing it in the Sunset. They ain't doing it in Pacific Heights. They're doing it in the Bayview. They're doing it in the Western Addition. They're doing it in the Mission. We got to put a stop to that. What we need is 100% affordable housing built. And then talking about that, build the marble. You know, there's a project, I'm sure you've heard about it, the Monster. The Monster on 16. We've been fighting that for 3 years, and we're going to fight and fight and fight. And we want this new mayor to support us in our fight to make sure that 330 units doesn't get built, because let me tell you, the top, they're going to build penthouses, my brother. Penthouses. You know, it's sick. You know, and so when you look at the affordability of those units, it ain't for you, it ain't for me, it ain't for your children, your grandchildren. You know, it might be for this mayor, you got money, but you know what I'm saying? It's for white folks. If white folks tax without money. So we want to make sure that he understands that we are not in support of that, and we want to get his support to make sure that when it goes before the Planning Commission, which it will be going before the Planning Commission, we want to make sure that the Planning Commission does not vote in favor of that project. And then no Valencia Mission Street. I know you know what Valencia Street used to look like. And now you know what it looks like today. And we are currently fighting to make sure that Mission Street does not become another Valencia Street, because currently there are 22 proposed projects from developers who want to build high-end luxury to high-end restaurants, hub brews, you know, and we want to keep and maintain the character of the Latino community on Mission Street. That's our street. That is our street. And so
several dozen projects that are happening on Mission Street that we don't want to have approved from the Planning Commission, and we want to make sure that the mayor really understands that those businesses that are going up in that corridor. So our organization's on that corridor, and so we don't want to see more places for rich people to play and have a good time and drunk on the street on Friday night. Come into our community. It doesn't help our community. It doesn't help with people drinking on the street and getting drunk and vomiting in front of our buildings. You know, it's not cool. So we want to make sure that first that there's affordable housing, and also that there's a cultural district that's created on Mission Street, so that we want to make sure that he understands that cultural district is going to be the lifeblood and is going to be the center of our community. Right? And that's why we want to get rid of those red lanes, because people have lost their jobs because of those red lanes. Their businesses are closed because of those red lanes. So we got to make sure that it happens.
No, thank you.
And our next one is talking about alcohol. In 1996, we fought to have a ban on any further more alcohol licenses issued in the Mission District, because the Mission District has the most alcohol outlets than any other neighborhood in San Francisco. Now, in the last 5 years, the city has made exceptions and given what's called conditional use, that they've allowed these breweries, because that's like the new thing in thing, and the high-end bars and high-end restaurants to get liquor license into the Mission. In the last part, we're done. We're done. We are done. It's unfair that, again, what he was talking about, that we have enough problems of alcohol and drug in our own community. And today, if you look at the Mission District, we have the most crime than any other neighborhood in San Francisco. We have the most amount of people who are excessively using alcohol on Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday nights, and even on Sundays at Dolores Park. And they're at Dolores Park, they're white techies. They get drunk in the park, they barf. At Dolores Park, one Sunday afternoon, they got so drunk, they started throwing beer bottles inside the children's playground. Park and Rec had to pay $250,000 to remove all the sand, to get all the glass out and shut down the playground for the children. But see, and that's the difference, that they allow these white folks to drink, get drunk, smoke weed, but yet, if that would have been black people, what do you think the picture would look like? If it'd be brown people, we know what we've been subjected to. So it's a double standard that we have in San Francisco today of what white people who are rich are allowed to do and what the racism that exists in terms of how black and brown people get treated. And the last one is, two more. The establishment of the Latino Cultural Corridor, which we already have on 24th Street. We want that extended to all of Mission Street so we can protect Mission Street. And then evictions. Where the mission is at ground zero for gentrification. We've had 10,000 people who've been evicted from our neighborhood, 8,000 of those being Latinos. And so we are asking today that the budget process that we're going through right now, that they put in funding to build affordable housing, we need another 1,200 affordable housing units built. So those 10,000 people who've been evicted can come back to our body. So I'm gonna give this to you, and everybody here's my witness. I'm giving this to him, and I know you, brother.
Yes.
I know you, and I trust you.
Yes.
So I know you will get this to him. One, and second of all, you know my number. I want you to call me because we want to set up an appointment with him. And we want to come back and specifically we have a conversation with him about these points so that he understands and we can have a dialogue. And then, but most important, create a plan to work on each and every one of these issues in our neighborhood. Because he said he's the new mayor and he wants to work with every neighborhood and everybody in this city. So we're here to hold him to that.
Excellent. Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
All right, brother. Thank you very much. So we're from the Mission District.
Yes.
And we've had a crisis for the last 5 years. It's just getting worse day by day. So if the supervisor's not here, I'd like to give you a list of demands, and we'd like to set up a meeting with him within the next week to sit down with him and go over those crisis issues that we're having in the Mission District.
Absolutely.
And you are, sir?
My name is Lee Hepner. I'm a legislative aide to Supervisor Peskin. I'm happy to follow up on this. I know this is at the Planning Commission this afternoon. I have not been watching to see if they've issued a decision. As this coalition knows, the supervisors along this hall are barred from taking a position for or against anything that is seeking a conditional use authorization at the Planning Commission, because if that conditional use is appealed by one or the other side, that will come to the full board for an appeal of that conditional use hearing, in which role Supervisor Peskin sits in a quasi-judicial capacity. So I can't comment too much on the specifics of this. We'd be happy to meet with the coalition. I don't know if that decision is going to be appealed. I don't know if a decision's been rendered on this yet. But happy to meet with this coalition. Thank you for raising these points.
Well, it's not only the issues that are up before the Planning Commission today, as you will read it. It's about gentrification. It's about evictions. It's about SFMTA, the red lanes. It's about protecting Mission Street. And it's also about the alcohol consumption and licenses ban that was put in the Mission District in 1996. So we're here today not to just talk about that one issue, but this, as you will see, is a two-pager outline that will come back and meet with him to go over all the issues, because this is not just one issue, it's many issues that have just piled up in our neighborhood.
Absolutely.
So could I get your card?
Yes, and I was going to ask for some contact information for this coalition as well. I know how to reach you, you know how to reach me, and yes, of course, there you go. And I have a few extra too if anybody wants one of these, of course. Excuse me. And you're all welcome to take one. Do I need to go get some more?
No, we're good.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you all very much. Thank you all.
No Valencia Mission Street.
Yes.
No monster in the Mission.
No $15 burritos.
So we are here today on behalf of the Mission District. As you know, developers have lobbyists, right? High-paid lobbyists. They have high-paid lawyers. Poor people don't have lobbyists. Seniors don't have lobbyists. Single mothers don't have lobbyists. Evicted people don't have lobbyists. So we're here on behalf of our community. I'll give you a list of demands that we'd like to have you give the supervisor, and we'd like to get your card and your information so we could set up an appointment and time to come speak to the supervisor about these crisis issues that are happening in our city.
All right.
Your name is?
My name's Ian.
What's your name?
Ian.
Ian?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Ian, what's your last name?
Fregosi.
Fregosi, okay.
This is my family. We're gonna make sure everybody's on the
Thank you.
All right, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, yeah.
Here you go. Here's Ian's
Developers hire lobbyists. They hire high-paid lawyers to come lobby the supervisor, and not only developers but major corporations. You know, the people of San Francisco, the poor people, don't have lobbyists. Seniors don't have lobbyists. Disabled people don't have lobbyists. Single mothers don't have lobbyists. Low-income people don't have. You know, working class doesn't. So, a lot of us took the day off today. We marched from the Mission District all the way here to City Hall to go see the mayor and to come visit every supervisor. So I'm going to leave you a list of demands that we have on behalf of the city to the city, so that we can get our message across, one, and we would like to get you a business card so that we can set up an appointment to meet with the supervisor to go into more detail on these issues that are a crisis in our neighborhood. And some of those you'll find that are a crisis in the Western Addition and also in the Bay View. So we're here now to represent the Latino community, but we're also here to stand up for brown and black people. So can I get your card?
I don't have a card yet. There you go.
And that's the contact you can make when she's ready to set up the appointment.
Okay, great.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Sorry.
We're friendly, we don't bite. All right.
And your name?
My name's Calle. Nice to meet all of you, and some of you I know. What can I help you with?
So, my name is Roberto Hernandez, and I'm here with my brothers and sisters from the Mission District. We all took the day off from work. We actually just marched from the Mission District all the way to City Hall. We're visiting the supervisor, and we also went to go visit the mayor, who actually his door was locked. We have a crisis in the Mission. It's been brewing for the last 5 years, and so we are here today to meet with the supervisor. I understand she's not in, and so I'm going to leave a list of our demands that we have on behalf of our community, and we'd like to get your card so that we can set up a date and time for us to meet with her.
Okay.
Welcome.
Gracias. Gracias. Me siento muy emocionada de estar aquí porque precisamente me conmuevo de saber todo lo que está pasando en la misión. Yo días atrás estuve un tiempo en México y hasta soñé la calle Misión. Tuve un sueño en que yo pues soñaba que estaba ahí y extrañaba mucho esa calle porque realmente esa calle me recuerda lo que soy yo. A pesar que yo estaba en México, pero yo extrañaba esta calle porque es parte de mí. Porque yo vine aquí cuando era una niña joven. Estaba muy jovencita cuando llegué y la primera calle que yo caminé en San Francisco fue la Misión. Por favor. Disculpe que yo me pongo así, pero recuerdo que en ese tiempo...
¿Puedo traducir,
Sí.
por favor? Sorry, thank you. I just want to say I'm very emotional being here today with everything that's going on in the mission. I want to say that, I want to talk about, Mission Street. It's a very important street for me. I want to say I was in Mexico a few days ago, and as I was thinking about it, all I could think about was being back in Mission Street. I came here very young, and one of the first streets that I walked down here in San Francisco was Mission Street.
No estuve hace 2 días, fue tiempo atrás.
Oh. Some time ago, sorry, when I was in Mexico.
Es muy emocionante, pero también necesito hablar y necesito calmar esa emoción que siento. Realmente comprendo toda la gente que está aquí, que me siento pues conmovida y me siento también pues conectada con todos los que estamos aquí, porque de hecho es parte de nuestra cultura. Soy latina, llegué muy joven a este país y y me identifico mucho con esta calle y con mi vecindario. Lo más difícil es ahorita no poder vivir en el vecindario, en la calle, poder ir de compras o poder parquear un carro, porque pues mis hijos de hecho me han venido a visitar y ellos quisieron pasear conmigo ahí precisamente y se les hizo muy difícil parquearse y tuvimos que irnos a otra zona, pero me dolió mucho porque yo quería convivir con ellos en una parte que es más donde yo me identifico en este vecindario, que es lo que representa para mí desde el tiempo que estoy aquí viviendo en San Francisco. De no poderles enseñar a mis hijos parte de mi cultura o convivir con ellos en esa parte de ese vecindario, me duele mucho y me afecta mucho en lo que respecta con mi familia también.
So I want to say this is a very emotional issue for me. Identify very much with the people who are here today with this issue. Right now, you know, that street's been very important to me. I've been wanting to share it with my family. And as a matter of fact, they came to visit me and we tried to park around there because we wanted to enjoy the street, walk around, but it was very difficult. And so we ended up having to go to another area, you know, and it's just, I really identify with this street, identify with the people there, and I wanted to share that with my kids, and I just feel that it's just a very emotional thing.
It's painful to go through, o sea, está muy difícil, muy doloroso para todos nosotros estar pasando por todo esto, todas las familias latinas.
Her time is up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to tell us what she said in the last?
She just said it's just very painful to see everything that's been going on in the Mission District. Just
Great.
a very painful time with all the differences, changes, and stuff.
Thank you very much.
And also for the families.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Buenas tardes, gracias por el espacio que nos están concediendo. Mi nombre es María Avilés.
Hi, thank you for taking the time to listen to us. My name is María Viles.
Yo soy trabajadora de alcance con las familias de la misión.
Outreach. Thank you. I'm an outreach worker for the families there in the mission.
Yo más que nadie vivo todos los días el drama de nuestras familias que viven en la misión.
Every day I see the drama that the families are living there in the mission.
Todas estas constructoras que están llegando a construir los edificios de lujo.
All these construction sites are coming to construct, you know, very elegant buildings.
Y digo de lujo porque nuestras familias jamás van a poder ocupar uno de sus espacios.
I say luxury because none of our families are ever going to be able to live in any of those spaces.
No lo conseguirían ni trabajando las 24 horas.
I wouldn't be able to afford it even working 24 hours a day.
Así que estamos aquí para pedirles apoyo.
So we're here asking for your support.
La misión se está muriendo.
The mission is dying.
Necesitamos del apoyo de todos ustedes.
We need all of your support.
Porque están en contra de nosotros, de nuestra gente, de nuestra cultura. Nos quieren matar. Por favor, necesitamos su apoyo.
So this is all against ourselves, our people, our culture, and we need your help. We're dying here.
Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Vilas. Next speaker, please.
Good afternoon, supervisors. How are you?
Good.
Thank you for giving us a moment to speak about this development here. I was born and raised in San Francisco, born and bred in the Mission, and over 10,000 people have been displaced in our neighborhood, and people keep building luxury condos, luxury units for a population that's moving in to our neighborhood that we helped build. This, what we're calling the baby beast, is one of those projects. And it's up to you to help us not let this happen.
I have a family of 4. I've been displaced out of San Francisco. I can no longer live in this city. I spent a year and a half in the studio with my 2 children to try to find a place to live in this city. And I haven't been able to find one. And yet, we still have luxury units being built in our community. What's going on? Just because you put a mural on the side of a luxury building doesn't mean people in our community can live in that building. I don't care that they put a mural on it. I care about living in it. So just because you put a facade that has a mural of brown people in the revolution, but yet you can't put people inside the building. What you doing? You represent us. You represent the people. Do your job. These people haven't come and sat on the table with us. They haven't sat down with La Cocina and even done a PDR space to say that we can have a little business downstairs that helps all the senoras that do cooking and cleaning and do food for us in our community. They haven't even sat down with us.
Thank you, sir. Your time is up.
Give me a minute.
Your time is up, sir.
Give me a minute.
Sir, unfortunately, we have to give everybody the same time. All right. So thank you.
All I'm going to say is do your job. We're here to tell you to do your job. We're still in this community, and we want representation from you. We want you to do your job. Help our people. There's people homeless on the street. Do your job.
Thank you, sir. Next speaker, please.
Buenas tardes, my name is Roberto Hernandez, and I was at the last hearing that you all had, so you know what happened. They got 30 days to sit down with us. I didn't get called. And did anybody in this room get a call? No. Nobody in this room got a call. We all came. So you know what? You need to check them. It's that simple. You know what? La Cocina, they came in talking about La Cocina. Well, I understand La Cocina can't do it. They want to charge La Cocina, what is it, $4? Yeah. $4? Yeah. I'm talking to you guys. No, you don't. You act like you don't know what I'm talking about. You know what? So they got high-end lawyers, high-end lobbyists. You know what? We're here to be free. We're here to work for free, to represent the poor people. We're here to represent seniors for free. We're here to represent disabled people for free. We're here to represent the people for free. We don't get paid $500 an hour, $1,000 an hour, And all of you, simply just ask them to sit down with the community and work it out. We're reasonable people. You all know that. Am I correct, Director? Are we reasonable people? He's shaking his hand so you can see him. You can't see him. We are reasonable people. But they didn't do that. That's bad faith. Total bad faith. And I understand it. So, today, deny them. Teach them a lesson that they just, because they have high-paid lawyers and high-paid lobbyists, that they just can't come into a community and do what the hell they want. Especially at a time that we are in today. We are in a crisis. A crisis. For the last 5 years, we've been in a crisis. And we keep coming back and keep coming back to you. And it ain't gotten no better. It's just gotten worse. So today, let there be justice.
Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. Next speaker, please.
Good evening, Commissioners. Carlos Bocanegra for United Save the Mission. I just wanted to speak behalf of the community and say that the last time we were here, we did get a commitment that these developers would come to the table, would sit down with us, would speak about more concrete plans than just the general vague promises that they provided at the last hearing. To date, we've not had a single meeting with them. They've now, seems like, fallen through on their deal with La Cocina. La Cocina has lost valuable PDR space, valuable workers that could have served the local community that exists there. We now have nothing but a vague promise of perhaps additional PDR. Of what that's going to be, at what price point, We don't know. Is that actually going to be a PDR space that's going to serve the local community, that's going to be affordable to local community serving business owners? Probably not without a concrete commitment. And to date, we've received no concrete commitment for the PDR space or any greater affordability. There also exist way too many parking spaces. We know that there's going to be a flood and a rush of Ubers and Lyfts coming in, not to talk about the additional parking that's going to be incurred and additional traffic as a result from these additional vehicles that are going to be parked at this building on a street that is already should be a quiet neighborhood. So what we would like is stronger commitment and a good faith attempt to sit down at the table with the community, discuss the plans for this project, and work in good faith to come to a deal that's going to not benefit only just the developer and the higher income, wealthy, affluent people coming in and utilizing those new buildings, but also for the local communities that has existed here for decades. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Hi, my name is Tim Huang. I'm a worker at the Mission SRO Collaborative, the program of Dolores Street Community Services. And I'm here today to implore that all of you just listen to the community, because unless you live in the community, you don't really know what's going on, right? So planning or public comment is a space for us to tell you how we feel, right? And so you know, I know this happens every time. We always come up here and we talk about a development that's coming up, and we feel that the community is going to be hurt by it. And even if you think that, you know, we need more housing, which is true, you know, the community knows what's best for them. You know, you can't be patronizing and say like, oh, you need this housing, you need all this, you know, all this stuff that, no, we should really listen to us. You know, we need more PDR worker space. We need all these things that people have mentioned before us and will keep mentioning. And especially in this political climate, how are you going to go back on the people? You know, we establish ourselves as a sanctuary city, but, you know, is it a sanctuary city for whom? With all these evictions that are going on, it takes a big mental toll, you know. So if we really want to do the right thing, there's got to be a place to start, and it's got to be now. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Hello, my name is Patricia Cuadra Ng. I was wrongfully displaced from 24th and Harrison. I invited Hillary Ronan to 400 McAllister when they were illegally displacing me. She never showed up. Again, Ratco dropped the ball. I've been throwing barbecues, big barbecues. In fact, some of you probably went to the barbecues in front of my house. We've been throwing them for years. Roberto Hernandez, Mitchell Salazar, Eric Arguello, John Mendoza, everybody goes there. I'm sure you guys eat your burritos in the Mission too, right on 24th Street. I'm on 24th and Harrison. My sister's mural, Sandy Cuadra, is right on 24th and Harrison. Well, that building is not even sold. Just found out that the people in the top unit are still there. They displaced me. I was under rent control. My parents moved me in. Ovidio and Esperanza Cuadra. They moved me in when I was 11. They moved me and my sisters in. Unfortunately, we don't have that home anymore. We have been throwing thousands and thousands and thousands of barbecues throughout the years. You know? Or I'm still going to do it. But you know what? What I'm saying is that it's wrong. Now I'm in a shelter. Nobody knows this. I'm in a shelter. And they sit you in a chair. And I'm doing it just because I want to do it. I got a job. But I'm in a shelter. And you're sitting me in a chair from 9 o'clock at night to 7 in the morning. There's not even a shower. We have to run across town to go to the shower. We have to run across another town, another part of town for lockers. And I'm seeing what's happening. It's bullcrap. My family are the Cuadras, the Herreras, Mabutuses, and we are very, very well known in the Mission District. And you know what? This has to stop. You guys have to have a heart. I know for a fact that there's no apartments that are to be rented.
Thank you.
Right? But give us housing, that's all.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate it. Next speaker, please.
My name is Rafael Picasso. Born and raised in the Mission District, but I can't afford the Mission. And that's a shame. I grew up here, and I work for the city. I make decent money. But do you think I want to spend $3,000 to $6,000 on rent? That'll take my whole paycheck all year long. It'll put me just like the lady that was just speaking, on the streets. It doesn't matter if I make $75,000 a year. I can't live here no more. It's getting too expensive. A lot of my people, just like the lady that just spoke, are becoming homeless because we got these developers who want to build these units, but they're not building it for me. I can't live in these units. My people cannot live in these units. We want affordable housing. We need affordable housing. We don't need techie people coming into our city, driving up the rents on the natives.
We demand it.
Think about it. Be human. Have a heart. Think about the people who was born and raised here. I'm not looking at them. I'm looking at you because I know who you are. Okay? Think about us. I'm born and raised here. I can't live here. Is that fair? I can't live in the city that I love. Honestly, I ask you now. Do the right thing by the people that you represent. You guys represent me. You guys represent everybody back here. Not these guys. They don't even live in San Francisco, but they're outside developers, and they want to come in and bring outsiders into our cities and our neighborhood, and then mock us when we do our Day of the Dead festivals. Complain about our Carnival festival. These are things that have been going on for over 40 years. We are the Mission. Save it for the people of the Mission. We love our city, and we contribute to this city. You are our representatives, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Hi, my name is Sandra Becerra, and I'm here to voice my opposition to the development of 2750 19th Street. This development clearly does not represent the values of the Mission Street or its community. Building like this one will not represent the vibrant Latino art that is visible on our murals. When making a decision on this matter, please think about all the families that you're going to be displacing, the culture that will be lost, because once you lose that, you can't bring it back. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Tracy Brown Gallardo. I live 2 blocks from the proposed project. I am a homeowner. Luckily, my in-laws helped us buy a house years ago. And unfortunately, my mother, who lived on 24th with my son, was evicted. These apartments or these luxury condos or whatever you want to call them, they're not there to help people like my mother who was evicted. They are not. Even the affordable units, the whole housing application process, no one I know has ever gotten in. I think you should explore that as the Planning Commission, because that doesn't even work. These are housing no one can afford, and these are housing no one's ever going to get in. I don't care what lottery we say that we have, it does not really work. I'm also the board chair of Mission Language Vocational School, which is located at 2929 19th Street. We have not been in any conversations that I'm aware of with any of the developers, how all of this will impact the community that we're trying to serve, how this is going to impact parking in the neighborhood, how this is going to impact small businesses who need parking for when people come to visit and support their small business. This is just bad planning. All of these condos are just inviting people from outside when we have so many people already in the inside that need housing. And please, I implore you to look at the plan. This is not helping the people that currently live in San Francisco. It sounds good on paper. It may look good, but let's really look at who we need to help. We need to preserve the communities of San Francisco. I'm feeling run out, and I live here. And every single day, I'm looking at my new neighbors, and I'm like, oh my God, what happened to all my old neighbors? So we really need to take a whole look. We need to establish a cultural district in the city, and we need to preserve our people, the people that are here. We need to build housing for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Norma. I was also born and raised in the Mission, 2 blocks away from the proposed development, the 2715 19th Street. I also work for Mission Neighborhood Resource Center, which caters to the homeless population, and see the firsthand the devastation and the impact that gentrification has had on our people. I am the child of working class parents who worked all their lives in San Francisco. I'm here today to oppose 2750 19th Street, also known as the Baby Beast on Bryant Street. Like Roberto said, we are a ground zero of evictions. It saddens me of the possibility that my children and my children's children will no longer afford to live here. We want to be able to live, work, and thrive in a city that we have always been in. Thank you for your time. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Hello, my name is Olga Osborne, and I've lived in San Francisco since 1969. And I'm here in solidarity with the people of the Mission. When I first came to San Francisco in '69, I lived in the Mission at 18th and Guerrero for several years. And I've always enjoyed going to the Mission. I live in the Haight-Ashbury now for the last 42 years, and I'm a retired RN. I retired about 6 years ago. And so I have rent control in my building of 6 units. However, my building has been sold to venture capitalists 3 times in the last 3 years. So I'm right on the hit list, for being evicted. I'm 72 years old. I don't know if I said that. But, I always thought this was my home, and like I say, I'm the first one they want to evict in my building because I pay the least rent. People underneath me pay $6,000 a month with the same layout as mine. And then they have 1 unit in the front they renovated, and it's probably $5,000. So, I used to think I could live in that apartment the rest of my life, but I can't probably. And then I could be homeless myself. So I understand this. And this is bad what's happening in the city. The venture capitalists coming in, taking over, and the people who have lived here and contributed to San Francisco all their lives are now being thrown out. And if I get thrown out, I will never be able to afford an apartment in the city. And neither will my children who were born and raised here also. They can't come back to the city. So please do something. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
So I'm another lifelong resident. My name is Carlos Gutierrez from the Mission District. And whether you've been here for 60 years like my family's been, or 6 years, a lot of these people that are here from our community, they care about the well-being of our community. And we've seen a lot of changes, and contrary to some people's belief, we actually embrace change in our community. But this change that we're seeing today is unnatural. And we can stop some of this unnecessary change. And we're talking about the evictions, of course, but we're talking about developments that don't really keep our community as a whole in mind. The people that are evicted as a result. We're here because we care, like I said, about the well-being of the residents. And can we truly say that, and not all developers are the same. We have some great developers out there, but can we truly say that these developers here today really care about the well-being of the Mission District? You've got to think about that, and ask yourselves, is this project necessary for the community? Does this project think about the Mission District as a whole and the residents as a whole, and not to leave anyone out or exclude anyone out? Again, we embrace a lot of these changes, but let's hope they make sense, though, for the long term and short term as well. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
My name is Scott Weaver. Well, you've heard people talking about this project in light of the whole, in light of what's happening in the Mission. And I think all too often in this room, you're looking at projects in isolation. And so I don't know if this overhead is working, but I've done a little calculation here. Based on the, if I could have the overhead, there we go. Based on the pipeline report, which is very difficult to go through, and then looking through the SF information map, to figure out how many units are past environmental review, built, or entitled in the Mission District alone. And the number I came up with is 3414. I did not count buildings with 10 or fewer units, except for, I think, in 2 instances that I was familiar with the building. That's a lot more than the preferred project of the Eastern Neighborhoods Plan, which was 1,600, that's the wrong number, it's 1,692. And it's a lot more than was studied in the Eastern Neighborhoods EIR, which was 2054. So we're overbuilding right now. Halfway through the Eastern Neighborhoods Plan, we are twice as many units right now as the preferred project, and way more by any calculation of that was analyzed by the EIR. So how can the mitigation set forth in the EIR, the impacts identified by the EIR and the Eastern Neighborhoods Plan, how can that possibly be relevant in today's world? When you're looking at each of these projects individually, how can this plan possibly be relevant? Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Marie Sorensen, and Commissioner Koppel, you said some on the Ellis Street, yes, some projects go through and then others crash. Well, here's the crash. I was in on those negotiations, and after the last time I was here with you with them, we haven't heard anything as you've heard. So I'm not even going to address it. I'm just going to say, you know, this proliferation of buildings that we have coming online around the Mission, I swear to God, they all look like prisons. And this one either looks like a prison or a mental institution. It's like that Stanley I didn't even know it was Stanley Sadowitz, but everybody loves him, but I think he's really overrated at South Van Ness and 15th. My God, I mean, let's get a little aesthetic going here. If we're going to be saddled with these horribly luxury, overpriced buildings, give us something to look at least. Anyway, I hope you make them go back and negotiate more with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
I don't know if you know your history, but this state of California, back during the gold rush period, paid people, bounty hunters, to kill Native Americans to take their land. You're part of that. Because through you, an established system of capitalism, you're allowing these developers to kill us. Fuck you. You know what I'm trying to say? You want respect because you sit up there? Well, give us our respect. What the hell you think's going on today? You make that little girl cry. You make old people come in and beg for you. Hell no! You're wrong. Stop being bounty hunters for the rich and famous. We are like your children. We are like your cousins. We are human beings, and we want and we will stay in our community. I don't give a fuck what you do. We have to survive. We will survive. Don't side with them anymore. I'm telling you, because we're going to come knock at your front door. We're going to be at your door in your children's school telling them what you are really about. Are you for the people? Or are you for the rich people? You have to make a determination. Or maybe you made it already, so I don't give a fuck who you are then. If you don't come on our side, then you are subjective to the power of the rich, and we will fight you to the end. Good night.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Commissioners, you've received emails from me giving you updates on the status of the negotiations that you had directed the project sponsor to participate in. We being United to Save the Mission, which represents a couple dozen community organizations that are on the front lines in the mission, that are providing the services to those who have been evicted, to those who need housing, to those who need shelter, and to those who need compassion. This project has many deficits besides the fact that you told them to sit with us and they told us no. As we brought to you last November 30th, it was a lot of promises with no details. And then when they sat down, we did sit down with them since November 30th. When we sat down and actually started getting into details, all of a sudden negotiations stopped. La Cocina is the one that everybody's talking about that would be doing an accelerator restaurant entrepreneur place. And when they got into the details and they were told $4 a square foot, they even said okay to that. But then actually what the build out needed to be, what everything needed to be, they just said, look, we're good. We'll just come to the commission. We don't need to negotiate. And they canceled our negotiations that were set for a week or so ago. So this project is not consistent with the mission area plan, which includes their number one goal is strengthen the mission's existing mixed-use character and maintaining the neighborhood as a place to live and work. By taking away the PDR space on the ground floor, they are not providing a mix. They just now popped up with a 2,500 out of the 7,500 square feet that they're going to be taking away as PDR. But what does that mean? What are the details? This is not an ironed out mitigation plan. As you can hear, the mission is overbuilt. The mission EIR is overdone. We need to really sit down and get into the details.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Commissioners, I am a fourth-generation San Franciscan resident. We are in dire need of housing. Please approve this project without further delay. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Hello, I'm her sister, so I'm also fourth generation. Anyway, we are the owners of the building of 27, and nobody's being displaced other than us. We're moving to a different part of the city, and we're all on board with the project, and we are supplying affordable housing, as well as across the street is doing affordable housing, so please approve this project. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Eric Arguello. I live a couple of blocks away from this project. And what you're hearing today is a lot of anger, frustration, and suffering that our community is experiencing in the neighborhood. And today we marched from 20th and Mission all the way to City Hall. And these folks in the rain, in the middle of the week came to tell you how they're feeling and how angry they are. And it's been a really struggle for our community. Now, for developers to come in and tell us what's good for us, that's not the way it should be. We need to tell them what works for us, what's best for us. We have worked with a lot of developers that came to the table. It was tough, yes, but at least we had that conversation. And they heard us and they said, this is what's good for us and this is what we can offer to you guys and to your community. We didn't get that opportunity here. These two other ladies that came in the front, they don't know what gentrification is. They don't know how it works and how it displaces people. You put a building like this with this many luxury units, it's a ripple effect on all the surrounding neighborhood and buildings, and it causes displacement. That's what gentrification is. Thank you. Please reject this project.
Thank you.
Good, evening, Commissioners. Peter Papadopoulos. I'm here today with the Mission Economic Development Agency. And I think we heard a lot of compelling testimony about what people's concerns are and how upset they are about these projects. And I just want to focus in, therefore, on a couple of technical points that I hope you'll consider here. This is a lot of concern here specifically about the PDR space. And when we look at what I think the Commission, my interpretation at least of what the Commission asked of last time around was for them to go back and talk to the community about finalizing a real deal to use this space with something that's critical in our PDR spaces as a space of empowerment and opportunity for our working class. And that's the kind of thing that La Cocina does very well. Myself, along with many others, have spoken with La Cocina and tried to develop a clear plan for that. So we were very disappointed that the project sponsor didn't follow through, as we believe they were directed by you, to try to work out a deal on that front. I don't think this offer of 2,500 square feet is the kind of thing we're looking for. It's only a small amount of the space in what is, I mean, let's face it, Bryant Street is very much gentrifying rapidly now, right? You can get a high-end meal there now in what was just recently only a blue-collar job space. So, again, we don't know what it is. Could be an upscale brew pub, right? And that's the kind of thing we're working to change with the city right now. But for now, without something clear there, this offer is A, not acceptable to the community, and B, it's not in accordance with what you directed them to do. So we hope that you will weigh that into your decision right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This being planning, it wouldn't be a hearing without facts and figures, but I'm only going to drop one. Since the year 2000, working class people, like the people from the community who have been speaking this afternoon and this evening about their suffering and their anger and their experiences, have been replaced by high-end earners in the Mission at almost 2 to 1. Now, you may or may not be willing to accept that projects such as this have a ripple effect around them and induce displacement, but what we do know is that there is a need for affordable units, that is the most effective way to stop this kind of dynamic. Well, have the project sponsors ever negotiated about this in good faith? No. Have they ever negotiated about anything whatsoever in good faith? Clearly not, even after you ask them to do so. They simply are not negotiating. That alone is reason enough for you to reject this project, and I'm asking that you do so. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I am Benny Yee, originally born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. And right now, I'm the day labor program. I represent the SF Day Labor Program Women's Collective. And this just really makes me sick to be an American or especially a San Franciscan. It's because everything is going up for no reason, especially for rich people and the poor. And the rich gets richer and the poor get poorer. Come on, that's literally bullshit for everybody. And there's no love, and you think we are all Americans, united we stand, and departed we fall? Sure enough, departed we fall. Show some compassion, show some love. Other than that, if we go to 2019 like this in advance, man, I'm done talking. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Yee. Any additional public comment on this item? Seeing none, we'll close public comment and open it up to Commissioner questions and comments. Commissioner Melgar.
Okay, I guess I'll go first. I have a lot to say.
We wanted you to go first.
So I will be voting against this project. You probably expected that, but I do, want to say something about this because there are, like Mr. Weaver stated, thousands of units in the pipeline in the Mission. And a couple weeks ago, somebody put in my packet the book about screeching owls and vomiting anarchists, which I read in the bathtub one day, and it was cute. I mean, it reminded me a little bit of the illustrated Marx book that my mom got me when I was 6 years old. But what was missing in that book, which I think, was a smart analysis in a libertarian kind of way, was anything about race in America. And race has been the defining factor in real estate prices in America and in our cities. So San Francisco had a terrible history with redevelopment in the Western Addition. We fought redevelopment in the Mission. The reason why there are parcels that were depreciated in terms of their real estate value all over the Mission is because 40, 50 years ago, the federal government engaged in redlining. And also, nobody wanted to live next to brown people and gay people and black people. And what you guys are now seeing is that has, kind of gone away. And that's a good thing. But what I feel is that for decades, the community suffered from disinvestment, from not being able to get a mortgage, from not being able to get insurance, from disinvestment in public schools, our preschools, that we still have a huge gap between Latino children, Black children, and everyone else in this town. And that is all related to disinvestment and lack of services. So developers now coming into these neighborhoods wanting to develop and capture that differential between what the market now will give you for that land and what you paid for it so many years ago, as far as I'm concerned, need to contribute to that community for the pain the community has suffered for hundreds of years of disinvestment. So I will not be supporting this project. I don't think it's good enough. I think we were very clear. I don't see anything in the packet. You said in your presentation that your consultant agreed to run this program, but that does nothing for me. I actually want to see a term sheet. I want to see it in writing. And, I think that that's what we told you to do last time, and you didn't do it. So I think that is my standard and my expectation. It's obviously, we didn't make it into the eastern neighborhoods, but I will be, voting against this project. And I think for future projects, my standard is that, I want developers to engage in good faith with the community and be able to contribute to the community that they're coming into, because this community has suffered. Thank you.
Commissioner Moore.
This commission has spent an extraordinary amount of time listening to testimony, reviewing the project. The instructions we gave the last time we heard it were very clear. I'm happy to see the reveal on the building, but that was just a minor part of the essence of this project. There was indeed an agreement that the commission continued the project with a specific instruction that the community and the developer meet and come back with clearly defined terms spelled out about how the ground floor in La Cucina would be integrated into the project. That is at least what I would call the instructions to be, similar to what Commissioner Melgar is summarizing, and at this moment I cannot support the project based on the fact that we gave clear instructions and they are not in front of me today.
Commissioner Copple.
Ms. Sorenstam said it best. We had a project here earlier today where there was overwhelming support and no opposition. That is definitely not the case here. I did see that the project sponsor did go a little above the minimum by offering up one extra BMR unit. I don't think that's going to do it on this one. And also the fact that they're asking for 3 separate exceptions from the planning code. Also don't think this project is ready just yet. And at the absolute bare minimum, you've got to sit down with the community.
Yeah, I agree. It was that we couldn't approve the project as it is today. I mean, we've had projects that we've approved in the Mission. We've had projects where there's been neighborhood support in the Mission. I'm not against housing. I think we need to build housing. There's some comments. I don't think denying projects necessarily helps us solve the crisis of gentrification and displacement, which we see all the time. I live off to Visadero, which I've mentioned to many people. There's not a lot of housing being built, but the same crisis of affordability and gentrification are facing that neighborhood. So we need to find the tools in which to solve some of those issues. And in many ways, we look to the community to negotiate with developers and come with projects that we think work, that have higher levels of affordability, that have ground floor space that's not a gentrifying factor, that it is all PDR. And we're just not here on this project. So it's disappointing to hear that there was no discussion. I'd like to give it the opportunity to have more discussion. I think just killing housing projects doesn't work. I think making them better in having a good faith negotiation with the community does. So I'd like to continue this and give it enough time that the neighborhood and the folks who are proposing this project can meet in good faith and figure out a project that does what Commissioner Melgar says and actually provides benefits that are significant and meaningful.
Come here. I want you to look at this empty block. Do you remember in 2015, there was a fire here? 56 families were burnt out of their home. 26 businesses were displaced. Shame! 2015, the landlord of this property has refused to build and bring back those families. Shame! This brother was talking about gentrification. That's an example of gentrification. He don't want to build, and we've been fighting him ever since, because now, tomorrow, he's going to City Hall, to the planning department, to ask for a permit to build 140 luxury units for rich people. So tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we invite all of you to join us at City Hall to continue our fight to stop gentrification. And when tech started and gentrification started, we started a group, and that group was named Our Mission. No eviction! Our Mission! No eviction! Our Mission! No eviction! Our Mission! No eviction! Our Mission! No eviction! I don't hear you. Louder! Our mission! No eviction! Our mission! No eviction! ¡Viva México! ¡Viva Nicaragua! ¡Viva El Salvador! ¡Viva El Salvador! ¡Viva Guatemala! ¡Viva Guatemala! ¡Viva Honduras! ¡Viva Honduras! ¡Viva Panamá! ¡Viva Panamá! ¡Viva Cuba! ¡Viva Cuba! ¡Viva Puerto Rico! ¡Puerto Rico! ¡Viva Brasil! ¡Brasil! ¡Viva África! ¡Viva África!
My name is Ella Parker Tam. I live on the edge of the Mission. My family could not afford any of these luxury condos that you are building in my city. Nor could any of my friends, family, or neighbors. If I were evicted from my house, I would not be able to live in San Francisco, or my friends would be able to. We need more places like Valencia Gardens for people that are not as rich as Mark Zuckerberg. Also, we need places for homeless families to live. I have a little kindergarten friend who lives in a shelter and has been living in the streets half of her life. we need places for children like her so they can be in a better environment, using the money that San Francisco uses to build all these luxury condos. We need more affordable housing. It is ridiculous that only 12% of our mission housing is affordable for people like me. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Sabrina Hernandez, and I'm from Excelsior District. I've been living there for 15 years. And London Breed, you're a joke. You say that you don't have a voice.
Can you please direct your comments to? Can you please direct your comments to the board as a whole and not to an individual supervisor? I haven't made my decision. I haven't even made my decision.
We all have a voice, and no matter what you do, that we're gonna keep coming back, and we're still gonna be protesting even bigger. So I'm just here to tell you that no matter what, even if I do get misplaced, I'm going to still come back and I'm going to fight for my community, even though I don't live in it. Because I know my people, the future children, are going to deserve this. And you know, I lived here and I benefited from everything. And I'm telling you that I'm not a bad seed. I'm a good seed.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Hi, my name is Alexandra Berliner. I was born and raised in San Francisco, and by luck, I'm still here. I also represent District 9 on the Youth Commission, and I'm very fucking proud to do that. Sorry, excuse my language, but I'm proud. I'm proud of my youth. I'm proud of my city, and we're not going to stop fighting. I'm also formerly incarcerated, and all of this gentrification, this ethnic cleansing is kicking us all out of the city, and people like me can't live places because of my record. And other people are being criminalized because of their homelessness. And if you keep building these houses, you're going to keep displacing people and putting them on the street. And Ed Lee has criminalized homelessness, and that's not a crime to be poor. It is not a crime to be poor. We need our housing. And in order to stop mass incarceration, in order to stop the prison industrial complex, we need to stop luxury housing. We need to stop gentrification. And so I'm here today to ask that we, as a city, this board needs to support the moratorium, because we need to be able to stay in our city. I was born and raised here, and I won't be able to raise my family here if we don't have a moratorium. We need our brown and black unity. We need our brown and black people to come together and realize that this is ethnic cleansing. This is colonization. We need to decolonize the city, decolonize the way that everything works here. Ron Conway, Ed Lee, they need to get out. Ed Lee asked me I swore on the Constitution that I would protect the Constitution and the city from all foreign and domestic terrorists. Our terrorists are our mayor. And you're going to be a terrorist if you don't support this moratorium.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
So my name is Juana Tello, and I'm born and raised in this city. I live in the Bayview, and I'm in solidarity with the mission and all displaced families across our communities. I'm here because I love this city and because I support this moratorium. My father built the city's skyline and has organized in the mission since the 50s, and my mother has juggled 3 to 4 jobs to serve the wealthy and survive here since the 60s. We are the local faces to this housing crisis, and our testimonies all night demonstrate that our will to fight for our right to stay in San Francisco is stronger than the forces of money and greed. This is a pivotal moment in the history of San Francisco. We live in a city where there are currently more than 3,000 students who are homeless in SFUSD. We live in a city where Ellis Act evictions displace the elderly and leave us with the lowest population of children than any other major city in the U.S. We live in a city with the lowest population of black people than any major city in the U.S. outside of post-Hurricane Katrina. The time is ticking for the remaining families here. We need affordable housing, not luxury condos. Since 1492, it's been the same money-motivated land grabbing and cultural appropriation. These are the symptoms of capitalist development where our city government chooses profit over people. This board has fueled the problem by systematically and historically divesting and neglecting our communities for generations, by handing out $1 million tax breaks to corporations, by criminalizing the poor and homeless, constantly threatening rent control, and even taking money from realtors to fund our political campaigns. Let me remind you, you work for us. There is no time for selling out. You are either with us or you are against us. Cohen and Breed, I need you to step up. Scott Wiener and...
Excuse me, ma'am, can you address your comments to the board as a whole? Thank you.
Hi. Housing equity is a very close topic, near and dear to my heart, because my family has been evicted twice. I went to 3 different high schools because I moved around so much. And the Mission Street has been the only street, even though I've never actually lived there because we couldn't afford it. Mission Street has always been my only consistent home. And when I came back from grad school studying public health, it was a ghost town. It is a ghost town. Every now and then, every couple of weeks, I'll see someone I recognize, but they're no longer here. I don't know where everyone has gone. Some have gone to Contra Costa County, everywhere. Everyone has had to scatter. Some have even become homeless. And I just really want you all to consider, really consider what we have to say today, because it is a public health issue. If we don't have access to housing, everything else in our lives fall apart. So really, really consider this. This can really affect people's lives. So please, please find it in your heart to figure out how we can make sure that we have affordable housing for our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
¿Cómo están hoy? ¿Están dormidos? ¿Comieron sus frijoles hoy? No se escucha. ¿Cómo están hoy? Okay, just making sure you're awake. Hoy estamos aquí para la protesta y la demostración que se llama Our Mission, No Eviction. Nuestra misión, no desalojos. Tenemos unas demandas que queremos decir y por eso estamos aquí. Carlos va a empezar con algunas demandas. Perdón, mi nombre es Alma y este es Carlos y aquí vamos a estar con ustedes hoy día anunciándole lo que está pasando. Esas son nuestras demandas en inglés.
All right, when I announce all these demands, I want to hear you guys show that you're with them. The first is that we demand a freeze of all rents in the Mission District. We also demand that all evictions in SF stop. We need to keep families in their homes. We demand to stop all market rate development in the Mission, and from now on, building only deeply affordable housing. We need to stop the proposed development of luxury condos on 16th and Mission and build affordable housing in the following 5 sites. 24th and Harrison, South Van Ness and 24th, Mission between 16th and 15th, 17th and Folsom, and Shotwell and Cesar Chavez Street. We also demand that the city of San Francisco declare a state of emergency due to the current eviction crisis.
We demand that the city invest in long-term business in the Mission so that necessary repairs are made without suffering financial hardship, leading to forced eviction. We demand that the city provide incentives for property owners to keep long-term Mission businesses. We demand that the city provide relocation assistance for any evicted businesses. We demand that the Mission be recognized as a site of Latino culture in SF and invest in its preservation. We demand that new business recognize that the Mission is a working class Latino neighborhood and stop racial discrimination in their place of business and hire bilingual local residents for all positions. And lastly, we demand all tech worker shuttle buses stop operating within residential neighborhoods and are limited to major transit corridors and not disturb local Muni lines which local residents rely on. Our first speaker for today is Jose Luis Pavon. Give it up for Jose Luis.
¡Que viva la misión! ¡Que viva la misión! ¡Que viva San Francisco! ¡Que vivan las familias! ¡Que vivan los trabajadores! When I say whose city, you say our city. Whose city? Our city. Whose city? Our city. When I say whose streets, you say our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Thank you everybody for being here. It's a great honor to speak here today in this historical moment of struggle. I want to start what I want to say by first thanking the committee of leaders that organized this march. And I want to thank all the elders and all the warriors that are here in the crowd. I see Eva Royal is out there who fought with Cesar Chavez. I know Ray Balberan is out there who's been fighting to end violence in the community, right? And I want to give respect to the Ohlone indigenous people, the first people of the Mission District. The first Latinos in San Francisco, the first Mexicanos in San Francisco were half Spanish and half California Indian. We have always been here. We have always been here. We are not immigrants here. We are not renters. We are indigenous to the Mission District. This is our land. People look up.